Everyone thinks the Roman baths were just for washing. They're wrong. The Roman baths, nestled in the heart of what is now Bath, England, were far more than simple ablution facilities. They were a vibrant epicenter of Roman life, a place where the lines between hygiene, recreation, business, and philosophy blurred into a unique daily ritual. Imagine a bustling complex, alive with the murmurs of Latin, the splash of water, and the quiet hum of intellectual discourse. For many Romans, particularly the elite, the baths weren't just an occasional visit. They were a cornerstone of their daily routine. A typical visit could last hours, transitioning from vigorous exercise to a series of progressively heated rooms, culminating in the cool plunge of the frigidarium. It was a structured journey, designed to cleanse the body and prepare the mind. The day often began at the palestra, an open-air exercise ground. Here, men would engage in wrestling, ball games, or light calisthenics, working up a sweat. This physical exertion wasn't merely for fitness. It was a prelude, a way to stimulate circulation and open the pores before the bathing proper began. It was a conscious effort, a deliberate preparation. After the palestra, bathers moved into the tepidarium, a warm, humid room designed for gentle acclimatization. Here, they might be massaged with oils, scraped clean with a strigil, a curved metal tool, and engage in light conversation. This wasn't a place for deep thought, but for softening the edges, for easing into the communal experience. The caldarium, the hottest room, was where the real cleansing happened. Heated by a hypocaust system, an ingenious underfloor heating, the air was thick with steam, promoting heavy perspiration. This intense heat was believed to draw out impurities, both physical and, metaphorically, mental. It was a crucible of purification. Finally, the frigidarium offered a shock of cold water, closing the pores and invigorating the senses. This contrast from extreme heat to bracing cold wasn't just physical. It was a jolt, a reawakening, bringing the body and mind back to a state of alert readiness, a concept not unlike modern cold plunge therapy. But the baths were never solely about washing. They were a social hub, a place where Romans converged to discuss politics, business deals, and personal matters. Imagine senators debating strategy while getting a massage, or merchants haggling prices amidst the steam. It was a unique form of multitasking, blending the practical with the personal. Philosophers, too, found a sanctuary in the baths. Stoics like Seneca often spoke of the importance of self-reflection and the pursuit of virtue. The communal, yet often contemplative, atmosphere of the baths provided an ideal backdrop for such pursuits. It was a place where one could observe humanity in its raw form and reflect on its nature. Seneca, in his Letters from a Stoic, even describes the cacophony of the public baths. The grunts of strongmen, the shouts of masseurs, the cries of vendors. Yet he used this very noise as a training ground for his mind, practicing equanimity amidst chaos. He saw it as an opportunity to strengthen his inner citadel, to remain undisturbed. For the Stoics, the body was a vessel for the mind, and its care was essential, but not paramount. The baths offered a chance to tend to the physical, freeing the mind to focus on higher virtues. It was a practical application of their philosophy, acknowledging the body's needs without becoming enslaved by them. The architecture itself spoke volumes. The sheer scale and grandeur of the Roman baths were designed to inspire awe. Vaulted ceilings, intricate mosaics, and statues of gods and emperors created an environment that elevated the mundane act of bathing into something almost sacred. It was a physical manifestation of Roman power and refinement. The great bath at Bath, fed by natural hot springs, was particularly significant. Its warm, mineral-rich waters were believed to have healing properties, attracting pilgrims from across the empire. This natural element added another layer to the experience, blending the physical with the spiritual, the therapeutic with the recreational. Consider the deliberate design, the careful sequencing of rooms and activities. This wasn't accidental. It was a conscious effort to create an experience that fostered both physical well-being and mental clarity. A holistic approach, centuries before the term became fashionable, deeply embedded in Roman daily life. The public baths were democratic spaces, accessible to nearly all, often for a minimal fee. While the wealthy had private baths, the public facilities were where society mixed. This forced interaction, this shared vulnerability in the pursuit of cleanliness, fostered a unique sense of community, breaking down social barriers, if only temporarily. However, the baths weren't without their critics. Some Roman moralists lamented the perceived decadence and idleness associated with prolonged bathing. They saw it as a distraction from civic duty, a sign of softening character. This tension highlights the ongoing debate between self-care and societal obligation, even in ancient times. Yet for many, the benefits outweighed the perceived drawbacks. The baths offered a refuge from the stresses of urban life, a place to unwind, to recharge, and to connect. In a world without social media or instant communication, these physical gathering places were vital for maintaining social fabric. The deliberate practice of disconnecting from daily pressures and immersing oneself in this ritual offers a profound lesson for us today. How often do we truly step away, not just from work, but from our digital lives, to engage in something purely for our well-being and reflection? The Roman baths embody a forgotten wisdom. That true well-being is a synthesis of physical care, social engagement, and mental cultivation. It's a reminder that self-improvement isn't just about reading books or meditating in solitude, but also about engaging with the world and attending to our physical selves. They were a sanctuary, not just for the body, but for the mind. A place where one could shed the grime of the day, both literally and figuratively, and emerge refreshed, ready to face the world with renewed vigor and clarity. This cyclical renewal was a vital part of Roman resilience. What can we learn from this ancient practice? Perhaps it's the importance of creating our own rituals for physical and mental renewal. Whether it's a dedicated exercise routine, a quiet hour of reading, or a simple walk in nature, the principle remains the same. Deliberate pauses for self-care are essential. The Romans understood that a sound mind often resides in a sound body, and that both are nurtured by community and contemplation. They built these grand complexes not just for hygiene, but as monuments to a holistic way of living, a testament to their pursuit of both practical and philosophical excellence. So the next time you consider your own routine, think of the Roman baths. Think of the deliberate steps, the blend of physical and mental care, the social connection, and the pursuit of a well-rounded existence. It's an ancient blueprint for modern well-being. Consider how you might build your own sanctuary for mind and body in tomorrow's busy world.